we really got Beyonce suing Rihanna?
Child, the last thing anyone expected to stumble upon was a report claiming Jay-Z is suing ASAP Rocky and Beyoncé is taking legal action against Rihanna. Like, what even is going on here? Are these lawsuits real, or is this just a messy distraction to cover up some bigger drama? People are already buzzing about whether this is Rihanna's moment to finally expose Jay-Z, or if Roc Nation is out here pushing fake lawsuits to bury the truth. Or, plot twist, is this another one of Diddy's infamous misinformation schemes, making folks question everything they see? Whatever this is, it's wild. If you haven't seen it yet, let me break it down. There were photos circulating online showing two separate lawsuits filed in the Virgin Islands District Court. One has Jay-Z supposedly facing off with ASAP Rocky, while the other has Beyoncé and Rihanna clashing in a whole different battle. The lawsuit Beyoncé allegedly filed against Rihanna even mentioned that the details are sealed for now, but there's a hearing set for March 8th, 2025. But get this, almost as soon as those links started making waves, they vanished into thin air. Now, everyone's left wondering if this was just some twisted joke or if something way deeper is at play. Like, was someone in the court system just playing around with real celebrity names to test out their software or something? And what's up with Rihanna supposedly getting sued for only $100,000? That doesn't add up. Plus, they couldn't even use ASAP's real name or spell Rihanna's name right in the lawsuit. Definitely screaming cap. But hold up, because there's some real tea here. Beyoncé is actually facing a lawsuit after her record label, Parkwood Entertainment, got hit with a copyright infringement claim. Songwriter Melvin Moore is coming for Chloe Bailey, who's signed to the label, saying she used his work without permission in multiple tracks. Melvin claimed that he, quote, contributed substantial original lyrics, melodies, and creative direction to several master recordings on Chloe Bailey's second studio album, Trouble in Paradise. And, get this, he's saying Chloe straight up ignored a DMCA cease and desist notice he sent before she went ahead and promoted songs like Same Lingerie on her Instagram. Melvin even spilled that Same Lingerie was inspired by his own situation with a woman. He said he recorded the original demos based on her hesitations and emotional struggles after a past relationship. Now, he's demanding $5 million in punitive damages for every song he contributed to on the album. This lawsuit is about to get real messy. Melvin Moore didn't just stop at demanding millions, he's also going after compensatory and punitive damages for willful copyright infringement, fraudulent misrepresentation, and civil conspiracy. Basically, he's accusing Chloe of snatching credit for his work, falsely registering the songs under different names, and cashing in on them across various platforms without his permission. That's a lot of heat! There were even whispers that Beyoncé was absolutely livid about how this whole mess spiraled out of control, which might explain why things ended up in court. But as wild as all that sounds, that's actually the only lawsuit linked to Beyoncé in the court documents. When it comes to Jay-Z, the only legit lawsuit in play right now is the one involving Diddy, so that whole situation about Rihanna and ASAP Rocky seems to be straight up fake news. In fact, Roc Nation didn't waste any time addressing the rumors, basically telling people not to be dumb and calling out the allegations as completely baseless. They didn't flat out deny the reports though, which left some folks suspicious. But the way they slipped in a clever nod to ASAP Rocky's upcoming album titles definitely had people raising their eyebrows. Seems like Roc Nation might be playing chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. So, even though Roc Nation pretty much implied that the lawsuits were fake, that didn't stop some people from believing they were real, especially considering Rihanna's history with the Carters. I mean, let's be real, there's always been that rumor floating around that Beyoncé is secretly jealous of Rihanna. And since we need to get into the real tea here, let me break it all down. So, Rihanna came into the industry after Beyoncé, and after dropping her hit Pon de Replay, she signed to Jay-Z's record label. Naturally, that meant she crossed paths with Beyoncé a lot. In the beginning, Rihanna was actually out here showing love, praising Beyoncé, and saying how much she looked up to her. She even called herself a big fan of Queen Bey multiple times. But then things allegedly started to get messy when rumors popped up about Rihanna and Jay-Z having an affair. This supposed scandal is what people claim has left Beyoncé bitter to this day. Whether there's any truth to that or not, it's definitely a huge part of why some folks were quick to believe that lawsuit drama. There were even claims that Beyoncé tried to sabotage Rihanna's career by convincing Jay-Z to leak her album Anti early, just to boost her own album formation. For those who don't remember, Anti mysteriously leaked on Tidal earlier than expected, which forced Rihanna to drop it herself and even hand out free download codes so her fans could hear it without paying. And the wildest part? People believe Jay-Z leaked the album on purpose. But honestly, ever since Rihanna signed with Roc Nation, there have been all kinds of rumors swirling around about Jay-Z and Rihanna, and plenty of threads claiming Beyoncé has always been jealous of her. For example, in that 2015 biography Becoming Beyoncé by J. Randy Taraborelli, it was revealed that the Carters reportedly split for a year back in 2005, and the timing was way too suspicious, considering it happened right around when Jay-Z first discovered Rihanna. Of course, that only made those affair rumors blow up even more. In fact, Brandy told Entertainment Tonight that Beyoncé was completely thrown off by the situation and just didn't know what to believe. It supposedly shook things up so bad that she and Jay-Z ended up spending almost a whole year apart. The way Brandy put it, Beyoncé was honestly struggling to figure out what was really going on between Jay and Rihanna. That kind of drama definitely adds some serious fuel to all the rumors about Beyoncé's jealousy. The rumors are absolutely wild. There's one story going around about how Beyoncé showed up at a party alone, only for Jay-Z to stroll in a little later, with Rihanna by his side, looking real cozy. According to what people are saying, Beyoncé was so shook when she saw them together that she started sobbing uncontrollably, even hyperventilating. But here's the craziest part. Allegedly, Jay-Z didn't even flinch. It's like he couldn't care less that his girl was breaking down right there in front of everybody. And if you think that's messy, get this. Reports claim Jay-Z and Rihanna just kept living it up at the party while Solange was the one who had to step in and comfort Beyoncé. That whole situation sounds like a straight-up soap opera. But wait, it gets even dirtier! Some rumors are saying that the real reason Chris Brown and Rihanna broke up is way more scandalous than anyone thought. Allegedly, Chris was furious because Rihanna gave him an STD, which she supposedly got from Jay-Z. The whispers claim that when Chris confronted Rihanna about always having something in her mouth, things went left real quick. Apparently, Rihanna was so embarrassed that she followed Chris to the Lamborghini and started throwing hands right then and there. If even a fraction of this is true, it's no wonder the internet is losing its mind over these stories. And the drama doesn't stop there. Allegedly, Chris Brown was forced by Jay-Z to switch up the story about what really went down that night, just to keep any messy details about Jay and Rihanna from leaking. People don't even realize how deep this situation might go. Apparently, even after that infamous 2014 elevator incident with Solange, Beyoncé wasn't playing any games. She reportedly laid down some strict rules, making it clear that Jay-Z couldn't be having any one-on-one meetings with his female artists. And guess who's still at the top of her suspicious list? You guessed it, Rihanna. A source spilled to Hollywood Life that Beyoncé still keeps a close eye on Jay-Z and Rihanna, saying that with all the rumors floating around over the years, it's hard to know what's real anymore. Even though Jay isn't officially banned from working with Rihanna, it sounds like he's definitely on thin ice. But hold up, let's not forget the twist that threw everybody off. Back when things started getting way out of hand, Rihanna's former publicist, Jonathan, came forward and admitted they cooked up the whole affair rumor to boost Rihanna's career. In an email, he even confessed that they started the drama on purpose, just to keep people talking. This story has so many layers, it's hard to keep up. The PR stunt was wild. Rihanna's former publicist admitted that the whole affair rumor was just something he threw out there in desperation to help boost Pon de Replay. He even said it was reckless and he never thought it would blow up the way it did. He was just tossing spaghetti at the wall, hoping something would stick. But when he saw how much Beyoncé was hurting and realized that people were cashing in on the drama, he started feeling real guilty. He even confessed, "I'm ashamed that I'm even talking about this. I just want to put this rumor to rest once and for all. But hold up, it gets even crazier. That same publicist, Jonathan, dropped another bombshell recently, claiming that he was stopped by federal agents who were supposedly keeping tabs on Jay-Z. And it wasn't just because of the old incident with Lance Rivera. Jay was also being tied up in some mess with R. Kelly during their joint tour. Jonathan said he was straight up terrified when a bunch of unmarked law enforcement cars pulled up on him one day. These intimidating guys introduced themselves as part of a federal task force and asked to have a little chat. Completely freaked out, he agreed to go with them. He described sitting in some sketchy, deserted interrogation room, feeling his heart pounding out of his chest as they started questioning him. That's when he realized just how deep this whole situation really was. Whatever they were digging for, it sounds like they were coming for some serious receipts. This is where things get real dark. Apparently, the feds were investigating Jay-Z for allegedly being involved in some X-rated stuff with Rihanna before she turned 18, and even for illegally transporting her across international borders. And the most shocking part? The feds supposedly said Rihanna wasn't the only one. There were others too. If that's true, it would definitely explain why Beyoncé was never cool with how close Jay-Z and Rihanna seemed to be. But that's not all. Remember that lawsuit against The Dream where Cha Mangrove accused him of pitting Beyoncé and Rihanna against each other? The tea was that Beyoncé loved being the favorite and took every chance to rub it in Rihanna's face. A lot of folks took that as proof that Beyoncé really was jealous of Rihanna all along. And let's not forget the times people accused Beyoncé of copying Rihanna's business moves, like the whole Fenty Beauty versus Ivy Park debate. With all that history, it's no wonder that when those lawsuit rumors started swirling, some people were quick to say they wouldn't be surprised if it was true. But wait, there's more. According to other reports, it might not even be real at all. Some folks are saying this whole lawsuit mess could have been cooked up by Diddy's camp just to spread misinformation and keep everyone guessing. If that's the case, it's definitely one of the most savage PR moves we've seen in a minute. Honestly, this whole circus seems like it's been set up just to make people question what's real and what's fake. With all the wild allegations flying around in Hollywood lately, it feels like someone's trying to muddy the waters on purpose. If folks start doubting everything they hear, that means they might also start questioning all the dirt that's been coming out about Diddy too. The way misinformation is getting tossed around is just insane at this point. The lawsuits might have been fake, but you can totally see why some people actually believe them, right? With all that history between Beyoncé and Rihanna, it's not a stretch to imagine there might be some bad blood. But real talk, what do you think about the whole theory that Beyoncé has always been jealous of Rihanna? Is that why they've never collabed, even though they both work so closely with Jay-Z? And speaking of shady moves, is it possible that this whole lawsuit mess was just a sneaky play by Diddy's camp to throw everybody off? Baby, I need to know what y'all think. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get into this tea.